G'day ladies and gents, and welcome to a very special episode of Let's Fucking Play Hitman. Today we're playing the kind of recent Holiday Hoarders episode, and so we find ourselves back in Paris, which has been given a very festive coat of paint. We're not here to eliminate Victor Novikov and Dalia Margolis today. Instead, our targets this evening are Harry Smokey Bagnado and Marv Slick Gonif. If their names sound familiar, that's because they're the two pesky burglars from the first two Home Alone movies released way back in the early 90s. Unsurprisingly, these guys are here to rob the place. What are they stealing? Well, in total, the pair are planning on swiping 12 items between the two of them, which means that they'll be going for 6 trinkets each.
Ho 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 ho! This looks delicious!
Harry steals the fireworks remote from the AV centre and then the circumcision knife from the corner of the room just behind it. He then distracts the two bodyguards posted by the stairs and then heads up the stairs into the attic where he takes a saber. Before he leaves the attic, Harry also helps himself to the Branson MD2 microphone, a cowboy bust, and then another statue bust by the security monitors. When he's collected his total of 6 items, he makes his way back down to the basement to rendezvous with Marv.
Look at all of my trinkets. Oh my, what a stick!
Excuse me, but I saw you. What's going on here?
Speaking of Marv, he starts in the basement, where he steals a coconut from the staff break room and then an apricot from the kitchen. He then heads upstairs and helps himself to a cannonball and a toy tank from the museum, before taking a battle axe out of an ice sculpture in the middle of the party. The last item Marv collects is a shuriken from a corridor behind the catwalk. He then also proceeds to make his way back down to the basement to meet with his accomplice. The reason I'm explaining all of this in detail is because there's a challenge in this particular episode that requires us to collect all 12 of the aforementioned items before Harry and Marv can steal them, and we aren't allowed to simply kill them before we do. This particular challenge is known as Santa's Little Helper, and is part of a slightly larger group of challenges aptly titled Secret Santa. And given the fact that it's that Christmassy time of year, we're going to be getting into the holiday spirit as we complete every one of them. And of course, like always, we'll be gunning for that silent assassin rating, because after all, that's still the name of the game. But before we get to that, let's get a simple one out of the way first, and quickly take a look at how we can complete our first challenge, Bad 47. This particular challenge requires us to pacify Marv 3 times using bricks. You know, like in Home Alone 2. Now, of course, the first thing we're going to need to do to complete this challenge is get ourselves some bricks. Bricks can be found all over the place, but the ones we're going for specifically are the 2 located within a gift parcel in the storage room and the single brick from within another gift box by the fountain at the front of the building. Now that we've gotten all of the bricks we need, we'll make our way back inside and downstairs to the basement, where we'll find Marv beginning his little treasure hunt. Let's have a little fun, shall we?
Hello? Someone answer, please. I need help. Over. We have this guy knocking the shit out of people. Hey, wake up. Pull yourself together. Any idea who we should be looking for? I don't know. I don't know. Really?
Shortly after being woken up, Marv hightails it out of there to an area that he thinks he'll be safe. How fucking cute. Now we'll just sit tight for a spell and wait for someone to notice that he's out cold again.
What? It's me. I think I got a dead body here. Hey, hello? Are you there? Hello? Snap out of it. What? Who are you? I'm up. But who is it? I'm sorry, I don't know. Did we hit him? Or is he just hiding?
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Challenge completed. Now let's jump back to the beginning and get cracking on today's primary objective, which is to foil the career crime duo's robbery plans, and then kill the cunts. Let's do it. Right off the bat, we'll pick up the fireworks remote from the table in front of us. Then, we'll exit the AV Centre through the open doors on the left, make our way through the corridor and enter the large room at the rear of the building, where we'll grab the circumcision knife from the corner. Now that we have item number 2 of 12 in our possession, we'll exit the room, make our way back through the corridor, and then take the doors on the left into the stairwell, where we'll head all the way downstairs to the basement. Upon reaching the bottom of the stairs, we'll head through the door into the kitchen, and pick up the apricot from the bench across the room. Then, we'll jog down the corridor and take the third doorway on the left into the staff break room, where we'll grab the coconut from atop the bench to the left. Now it's time to head up to the attic, so we'll retrace our footsteps back through the basement and take the stairs all the way back up to the second floor. Once we've reached the top of the stairs, we'll head through the doors and take a left back into the AV Centre, where we'll briefly run down the right side balcony, take the first door on the right, and then continue through the door on the left of the next room.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas!
Whoops. Okay, so this time, instead of killing Santa, we'll make our way around the table in the middle of the room and through the open doors at the end. We'll then exit the next room, cross the hallway into the storage room, run straight through to the doors on the other side, and then make our way out onto the balcony of the next room where we'll climb up the ladder. Now we'll enter the attic through the open window and pick up the cowboy bust from the table. We'll then head through the next door, sneak by the 2 security guards on the left, vault over the table, and continue through the attic before throwing the cowboy bust on the floor to get the attention of one of the nearby security guards. As he starts to make his way over to investigate the noise, we'll quickly retrieve the cowboy bust from the floor and duck behind some cover before he arrives.
Hello? There's no one here.
After knocking him the fuck out, we'll drag his limp unconscious body to a conveniently placed storage container in a discreet corner of the attic, where we'll dump him inside and disguise ourselves in his uniform. Following that, we'll continue to make our way through the attic until we come to the Branson MD2 microphone that's sitting in a box on top of an empty crate. Now that we have the microphone in our possession, we're halfway towards completing the Santa's Little Helper challenge and only have 6 items left to retrieve before we've completely fucked up Harry and Marv's evening. So now let's continue through the attic and grab this saber before Harry can get to it. Then we'll turn around and look! It's Santa again! Christmas is cancelled, cunt!
Command, do you copy? Someone is killing people! No.
Command, we have an unknown assailant in the attic causing panic!
Holy shit! Well, looks like it's all up to me.
Okay, so yeah, once again, we shouldn't have killed Santa.
Alright, yeah, must have been a false alarm.
Okay, so this time, once we've KO'd the bodyguard, hidden his body and taken his clothes, we'll grab the microphone and the saber just like before, and then leave Santa to go about his business while we wait for that bald bodyguard to make his way over to the left. When he does, we'll use this opportunity to quickly sneak up to the desk, pick up the statue bust, and then exit the attic through the nearby doors. Now we'll take an immediate left and head down the stairs, where we'll pass Harry just as he's distracted the 2 bodyguards stationed at the bottom. How's that for good timing? While we're hiding behind this statue, we'll drop the saber on the floor, and when the bodyguards begin to return to their post, we'll head through the next couple of doors and back into the stairwell. After taking the stairs back down to ground level, we'll head through the doors, take a left, and make our way behind the catwalk before exiting the room through the open doors. Then we'll take the doors on the right and head down the hallway into the museum, where we'll pick up the cannonball from in front of the model ship on a counter to the right of the room. Now, with only 3 items remaining, we'll exit the museum, make our way through the crowded entrance hall, and head through the doors on the other side, where we find ourselves in what appears to be another museum. Here we'll pick up the toy tank from atop this counter and then continue through the next door. Now, with only 2 items left to collect, we'll make our way into the party and grab the battle axe that's wedged into the eye sculpture on a table at the rear of the room. And because we're disguised as a bodyguard, no one's going to be too worried about the fact that we're running around the place with a visible weapon. Now we'll make our way past the bar and through the open door on the left into the corridor behind the catwalk. At the end of this corridor, we find the shuriken wedged in a dress hanging on a clothing rack. All that we need to do now is pick it up, and we've officially completed the Santa's Little Helper challenge. Now that we've retrieved the 12th and final item that Harry and Marv were after, we'll head down the corridor, turn the corner and take the door on the left back into the stairwell, where we'll make our way down to the basement once again. Upon reaching the basement, we'll take a left, immediately followed by another left, and then make our way through the cellar, across the adjacent corridor, and into the next room.
Ho ho ho!
No! No killing Santa! We will, however, be knocking him the fuck out. Merry Christmas, cunt! Okay, so now that we've knocked out Saint Dickolas, we'll drag him around the table, stuff him in the container on the other side, and take his clothes. Then we'll head outside through the door, make our way up the steps, cross through the side garden, and pick up one of the explosive propane flasks by the wall on the other side. Now, we'll retrace our steps back down to the room in the basement and place the propane flask on the white sheet that's been spread across the floor. This is where our targets will meet to have a look at everything they've collected this evening, which, as we know, is sweet fuck all. So now, all that we need to do is wait for the pair to show themselves. We're first joined in the basement by Harry, who seems to be in a pretty good mood despite the fact that he's come back empty-handed. Shortly after that, Marv enters the room as well, and the pair move over to the white sheet, completely oblivious to the trap that we've set for them.
Well, Marv, did you score anything?
Nah, not a goddamn thing.
What about that propane flask by your feet?
I thought you put the.
Merry fucking Christmas!
You filthy animal.
By assassinating our targets with a propane explosion whilst disguised as Santa after the pair came back empty-handed, we've completed all of the outstanding Secret Santa challenges. Now all that we need to do is get the fuck out of here and see if our efforts today have earned us that legendary Silent Assassin ranking. But before we do that, let's take a quick look at some of the other ways that we can bring about Harry and Marv's demise in a horrifying fashion. The first alternative path that we could take is to poison these wine glasses on the table, dropping a lethal dose of poison in the glass on the left and then a non-lethal sedative in the glass to the right. Shortly after coming to the realization that they're both fucking failures, Harry and Marv will wander over to the table to have a drink together.
Well, Harry, there's always next year. You said it, Marv. Cheers to our ongoing health.
Hey Harry, are you alright back there?
Hypothetically speaking, if we had chosen to let our targets successfully complete their robbery, they would have eventually made their way outdoors to the party to celebrate a job well done. The pair decide to stand next to a gas heater, where Harry lights himself a cigar. We'll go into how this is a very bad idea shortly, but for now, let's look at something a little more shocking. Once they've made themselves comfortable in the party, both Harry and Marv will each make regular trips across the pathway to take a leak in a discreet area of the garden. Every time they do that, they take a couple of steps through a puddle of water with the power outlet sitting in a very hazardous position. So we'll take it upon ourselves to expose the wiring with a screwdriver, and then turn on the power at the switch on the wall. Now we'll simply wait for one of our targets to have a sudden urge to relieve himself.
We finally did it! After a life of constant failure, finally! Things are beginning.
Now we'll quickly race back over to the wall and switch the power back on for our next victim. Whoops. Sorry, mate.
Come on, Harry, just a few steps further, mate. Oh shit.
Both targets are down. Great work. Now head towards an exit.
Will do, Diana. But before we get out of here, remember how I said that Marv lights up a cigar right next to a gas heater? Well, if we wanted to, we could have loosened the valve on the heater with a wrench, which would have caused a gas leak. So when the pesky pair wander outside and Harry lights up his cigar, both of those motherfuckers will be blown sky fucking high! Yeah! As well as a few innocent bystanders. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's about time that we got the fuck out of here. So let's quickly exit the room, dash down the hallway, and do just that. fucking beauty, mate! There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We've completed all of the Secret Santa challenges, achieved a Silent Assassin ranking, and finished today's mission with a total score of 162,712. Not bad, not fucking bad. That's all for now, ladies and gents. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Have yourselves a fucking happy new year, and I'll see you guys in 2017.